Kia ora, hello, welcome into Cowles Stadium here in Ōtautahi, Christchurch. A final round of the Sky Broadband Rapid League competition. It is the Mainland Pouākai hosting the Northern Kāhu. Points important, Adam Morgan, for the hosts. The Mainland Pouākai, of course, have already booked their spot in next week's top four. However, given how close the ladder is, as mentioned, every basket counts. So what are you expecting from this Rapid League contest?
Yeah, like you said, every point matters. And I believe last time we were here, Nick, the Kāhu broke their beaten streak on the season with their Rapid League team getting that win. So they're going to feel confident coming out tonight. But like you said, every point matters in this. The Pouākai without Ava Jones, looking to some of the other players step up further down the bench. I think we're in for a good matchup.
I agree. This is the Rapid League standings. As you can see there, the Queens are going to get the job done. Just a one loss in the season. Fantastic for them. The Pouākai sitting there with 6 wins and 5 losses. Identical record for what it's worth to their Tauihi record. The Kāhu, as you mentioned, Adam, got their first win on either Rapid League or Tauihi here in this very gym at the beginning of this month. They now have their first Tauihi win as well. So, look, it's not the season that the Kāhu would have wanted by any stretch of the imagination, but a little bit of confidence nonetheless at this time of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking to some of the Kāhu staff, they said it wasn't the season they wanted, but it's something they want to do and finish strong, kind of being a professional basketball team and having that mindset, and they're looking forward to the challenge today. So I think just because they're not in the playoff hunt doesn't mean you're not going to get a good basketball game out of these two teams today.
Is there Kāhu starting 5 in Rapid League? Anderson, Schroeder, Tuilave, Morton, Jones and Teeny. They do have Sienna Morris and Alabatish on the bench. So, fair bit of experience there, Adam. Players like Morton Jones and Asia Anderson in particular. As we look down to the Pouākai starting 5, as you mentioned, Adam. No Ava Jones, but Hannah Lacey Ramaka had a fantastic game last time out. A 31-29 win over the Hoiho last week. Dropped 16 points, which in a 16-minute game is phenomenal. She starts again. Ainley, Rogers, O'Neill and Lene. The Pouākai do have Ruby Cutbush on their bench. They do also have Marina Whittle listed. However, she's just coming back from, what I understand, an oblique injury. Missed the last couple of games, so perhaps won't be cited here. We shall wait and see as we take a look at the head-to-head courtesy of the Chemist Warehouse. And as you can see there, those points scored and points allowed has been an issue for the Kāhu.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just seeing how this kind of game unfolds, there's a little bit of inexperience on the bench. We'll see if Ruby Bush can get her first Rapid League points and make a contribution, as I think Whittle is just more of a formality is what she's listed on this roster today. But you'll get a good battle like you alluded to. Asia Anderson, Emma Schroeder, and also Mary Morton Jones are going to provide a lot of resistance to this team here. So I think we're in for 16 minutes of very good basketball this Friday evening.
And if it is coming through your speakers at home, yes, there is Christmas music on the 28th of November. I have had a word. It is going to stay throughout the course of the evening. I'm reliably informed it is Christmas themed here at Cowles tonight. In actual fact, I did see the Pouākai Tauihi team warming up a short moment ago in a, what is it, like the old candy stick, the red and white strip? How would you describe it?
If you think they're wearing ugly Christmas sweaters, they're not. They're jerseys, but they are designed. There's a little flash of them right there.
There we go.
They're quite creative, actually. I believe they're going to be getting auctioned off later for a good cause. But a little bit of a fun Christmas spirit, as this is the last potential home game in Cowles this year.
We are ready for tip-off here for the final time in Rapid League at Cowles for season 2025. And it is the Kāhu who open things up. There is Asia Anderson. Oh, right idea, just past evaded Tini. And now here come the Pouākai. Rogers has had a fantastic season in this competition. Adam, of course, started strong, had that hand wrist injury, but has come back strong too in this latter stage of the season.
Yeah, she's able to kind of set the pace for this Rapid League team to be able to play at a fast speed. And speaking of fast, Lene with the nice block and outlet.
Here is Kavana Lene. It's a little too strong there off the glass.
Lene coming off of a rugby trial, I do believe. So cross-code sport athlete there. And just getting used to that basketball again.
There is Emeka Schroeder now. Anderson using her experience. And a nice drive and finish. Kāhu on the board.
Great take. I think you can kind of look throughout this game. They're going to try to play that zoom or a pin down into a handoff out of that corner and get their best players on their right hands coming back.
Rogers calls for Amelia Ainley. Good defensive pressure here from the Kāhu. Late in the clock as Lacey Ramek is going to have to put something up. Lene was aware of the situation and great stick-to-itiveness, as Casey Frank would say there, by Amelia Ainley, and creates the second opportunity, and Lacey Ramek takes it.
Yeah, someone who's been maybe earlier in the season settled for jump shots, a little in and out crossover to get on the rim there. You like to see it.
And Lene just a little bit overzealous on that attempt. I think she got a piece of a attempt on the last possession, and that one committing a foul.
Yeah, jump shots, a little in and out crossover to get on the rim there. You like to see it. After what would have been her second block of the game, actually, if she didn't quite get that foul. Ainley, on the other hand, I think is going to be a handful for the Kāhu to deal with. She's averaging 5 rebounds a game in the Rapid League, and one of those being an O board she just got there to extend that possession. So be something for us to watch moving forward about how they deal with keeping her off the glass as she's able to get those second, third, fourth kind of opportunities.
Yeah, just 15 years of age, Amelia Ainley. Hear a bit of that name, you get the feeling over the next decade or so potentially here in these parts. As another youngster, Rogers, fires away, just away to the right. There's Mary Morton-Jones, Nee Goulding. Very familiar in these parts. There's Kelly Tini. Oh, bit of a block party on a Friday night so far for the Pouākai. Lacey Ramek. Nice pass there. Rogers sort of contorted her body, tried to get that shot to go. And this pass wayward by Schroeder. And here is young Ruby Cutbush into the game.
Ruby's recorded 1 steal, 1 block on the season. We'll be looking for her first points here today.
Out of the North Canterbury Association, Marion College.
Very exciting development for her to be able to kind of help lead that team to, I believe, the 2nd division. They kind of go to that next tier down World Cup upcoming here. So good experience for Ruby being able to also play here and then, yeah, keep leading the way. Very shifty score at the under 18 age groups this year. Kind of will be a bit of a microwave at times and really just scoring a flurry.
Mainly strong offensive rebound. It's too much height.
It's a tough box out.
So Pouākai open up a 4-point buffer. As Morris finds Tini.
Oh, good pass there. The cut. Another New Zealand representative there. And Morris played with Ainley at the Asia Cup recently.
And they're running the floor well here. The Kāhu, but a little wayward there. Rogers picks off the pass. And now the Pouākai to get to their offensive action. Lene in downtown. Back line. And a lane opens up again for Tini, and again it is Lene who commits the foul, and 2 free throw attempts coming up here.
Yeah, Lene maybe just got caught at the top there by that Chemist logo, going for a cheeky steal, and then was out of position there as Teeny was able to see that she was open and take it right to the line, or to the rim, I guess, which leads to the line. It's been a few weeks since we've been here and done a Rapid League game. I know it's called Rapid League, but these quarters fly by.
Yeah, the shot clock's already off. The first quarter almost already done. There's been a bit of a curious schedule, I suppose you could say. It felt like, yeah, the Pouākai, I think, had 5 of their 6 home games within about a 5-week stretch, and we've just put our feet up and observed the last 3 or 4 weeks, and here we are back in the final round. Of course, the Pouākai, from a Tauihi perspective, have won 4 of their last 5 and breathed a bit of life back into their charge for a home semi-final spot, which is an outside chance, Adam, but a chance all the same.
Yeah, absolutely, and it just shows you how close these teams are. Casey sent us those standings today about how that tiebreaker works, and my recollection of that.
Are you about to volunteer and tell our audience?
Maybe as we get there, we'll keep discussing. But what I can tell you is it is close.
Oh yeah, nice summation. Shot clock off here late in the first as Schroeder worked over by Cutbush, but gets free from 20 feet. Nice finish there, Emma K. Schroeder. As Rogers from well beyond the half court, way to the left, and all square after 4. It is Pouākai 9, Kāhu 9. Keely Teeny for the Kāhu, leading all scorers with 5, and you called it pre-game, Adam. Close one here between 2 teams fighting for different reasons, I suppose, late in the final round of this Rapid League season.
Yeah, absolutely. One of them being pride maybe for the Kāhu, and points and placing for the Pouākai. The battle I've kind of enjoyed so far is on the Pouākai side, you have Ainley able to play in that drop because of that length and stuff. So you saw Cutbush, she kind of got hit on the screen, but send him over the screen. We'll send both towards that ball, and hopefully Ainley can kind of clean up whatever comes around. Meanwhile, that Rogers-Ainley pick and roll, on the other hand, I think they're trying to hard show it and get that ball out of Rogers' hands, making her be a playmaker as opposed to a scorer, as we alluded to at the start. So I think that'll be a good battle of seeing that hard show versus the drop on each end with that screen coverage.
Speaking of bigs, it will be interesting too to see how the Pouākai go in Tauihi tonight. Still no Abigail Fogg due to concussion. Charlotte Whitaker into the starting 5. First double-double last week against the Hoiho, 15 and 10. She'll have her work cut out for her. Haley right now, one of the sort of best to do it in the 5 spot in this league. Yeah,
absolutely. And Haley's a tough guard just because of how well she runs the floor. Meanwhile, Whitaker is really showing where she can contribute to this team by hitting the boards hard. Speaking of hitting the board hard, Lene maybe just needs to play off 2 feet and slow herself down.
There's Batish now, and Schroeder up high. A nice little pop pass there. They're cutting Anderson.
Yeah, great secondary action.
And the Kāhu take the lead. O'Neill, nice find. Lacey Rameka.
Yeah.
Money.
Beautiful find by Pop.
As mentioned in the pregame, coming off that 16-point game, Hana Lacey Rameka. And she has 5 here early in the second quarter, and that is tough. And Asia Anderson lets the scorer's bench know too. You count that right now.
Yeah, Asia was one who played massive minutes, both Rapid and Tauihi. Last time we kind of were here in Cowles, and I expect similar today. Just can kind of fill lots of roles and cut Bush. Ooh, not quite. Great look though. Kay Schroeder coming back the other way.
And here is Anderson once more, this time from downtown. Bullseye.
There we go. Ball moving very quickly for this Kāhu. Just kick ahead passes, early transition, and that'll lead to Coach Williamson subbing Rogers back in here.
Now to Elave picking off the pass. A little burst this from the visitors, the Kāhu.
There's kind of that advantage to fighting over the screen. If you don't die on the screen, you really fight, you can sometimes draw those offensive fouls. So great job by Cut Bush there.
Take a
sliding up into the body. Yeah, just need to get set a little bit there.
Our statistician maestro Mike Lacey too in the weekly offering from the great man. Asia Anderson now just pokes her nose back top all time in Rapid League scoring, ahead of Palasokianga. It was 173, 178 going into this one, and Asia Anderson's already got 9 here today, so
securing that place. Yeah, someone who's just kind of been around the league for a while, cutting her teeth as a development player and then a solid role player both this year in the Rapid and the Tauihi League. So you'd love to see those sort of things kind of pay off.
It's great to have that experience coupled in with youthful exuberance here in this Rapid League competition. Rogers now got the step on Anderson, just blows past. Easy finish for the lefty.
That was a nice little move. Kind of hesitate, look like I'm going to use that Ainley screen, and just reject it and get downhill when the defense sets for it. So
cuts the Kāhu lead to 2. Screaming for it. Down low is Morris. Footwork there.
Yeah, great foot. I think she had it on that first turn, just go right up over the top of Cut Bush.
And there's the reach and length there of Ainley. 2-on-1. Unselfish basketball. Oh, Morton Jones has done very well to disrupt the 2-on-1. And in actual fact, it's the last touch by the Pouākai. So take a second look here. Maybe on another day. Anyway, 40 seconds to go in the half. As the subs come back in for the Kāhu. Here we go again. Kilitini just hangs on the front rim.
Great little split action cut there. I like that.
Rogers wide open, high arcing attempts.
Nice. And that starts with the Lacey Ramika rim run, kind of pulls the defense in, and she's able to kick it out. Lenny's able to kick it out to Rogers. That's just good team ball and spacing there. 7 seconds.
Tini looking to do it herself. Doesn't go. Ainley another rebound. And just gets the BNZ player timeout away in time.
Yeah, you can hear the coaches down here yelling for that. It's just kind of those young players still learning about time, score, situation. I'm sure it'll come up on film on Monday.
It might be a little bit late for the BNZ tickets to the big game, but of course we still have games to come tomorrow and Sunday in the North Island. In fact, the Kāhu round out things, the home games, semi-finals of course. So thanks to BNZ into the finals. Makes still
1 second for the alley-oop. Hey!
How about it? Well, she called the player timeout eventually, and she finishes the half with a Hail Mary play. And high fives all around. Half-time, Pouākai 19 over the Kāhu 16, but it's pretty much ebbed and flowed that second quarter. The Kāhu came out, really dominated the first couple of minutes of it, and then the Pouākai came back into it in a real strong effort, led by Emma Rogers, who's now matched Asia Anderson's effort with 9 points.
Yeah, a few scoring runs. See it? Yep, Rogers, Anderson at the top there at the 9, 5, and then, yeah, little contributions. I think the one thing with the Rapid League, and it's never going to show up on our Chemist Warehouse stats, is those little hustle plays. Who's getting those deflections, who's stopping the ball in transition, and who's getting out, and just really being able to push the tempo. So I'm just glad we're able to kind of so far follow through with what we said, that we got a good game on our hands.
Yeah, pretty good shooting splits for the two teams. The Kāhu 43% from the field. It's the 1 3-point attempt and the 1 make from Asia Anderson. It's consistently a different story over on the Pouākai side. They shoot a ton of threes, both here in Rapid League and in Tauihi, 2 of 7 so far. Emma Rogers and Hana Lacey Rameka with the makes. As you look at that box score, Adam, what stands out to you is that's one thing for both teams that they need to improve upon or stay at that level on to get the desired outcome here tonight.
Yeah, I think you kind of said it. Like, there's 2 different styles going on there. The Pouākai love that spread pick and roll, moving the ball around, finding those open shots, and then running in trans when they can. And the Kāhu maybe are using those more handoffs, trying to attack Ainley in that drop a little bit more. But just seeing what they can get off of cuts and drives and stuff. So I don't know if it's so much as changing anything, or is it just what is our style and how well can we execute our style better than the other team in this, what do we have, 8 more minutes to play? 8 more minutes to play. Indeed.
The Kāhu led 16-12, so this has been a 7-0 burst here from the Pouākai as Tini looks to put an end to it. Just a little bit too heavy with the attempt, but Anderson there.
Oh, with a Reggie Miller dribble out, not quite. I love Anderson's hustle, man. She is everywhere.
Pouākai looking to pick up in the second half where they left off in the first as Rogers. Don't want to leave that lady open in the corner. They get away with it this time, the Kāhu. There's Schroeder now. And set the table and just pulls up from mid-range. And there's Ainley again.
I believe that's her 5th rebound right there.
O'Neill almost gets the roll. Pace there from Olivia O'Neill, and she'll head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Shoot a pair.
Yeah, great job by the savvy veteran there, if you will, from Pop O'Neill. Just seeing that the Kāhu were not in their gaps, are ready to kind of play that transition defense, and got herself downhill.
And there's another rebound by Amelia Ainley, and Batish is going to be called for the foul. You're a coach, obviously, Adam. When you don't have that length advantage or height advantage and you're going up against a taller player, what are the sort of fundamentals? What are you asking of your player to try
you find
and contain?
You find that one player, and you're going to tell him to turn and look directly at her. Don't look at the ball. You're not using your backside to box out. You are face boxing out and moving your feet so they do not get that yet another rebound right there. Because that length, you can't combat that.
And to be fair to Alabatish, she's doing a bit of that face marking. It's just sometimes the way the ball bounces off the rim has been favourable, and as you say, you can't just contend with that type of length. Is
a tough ask, yeah. Lene with a great little block, however, just unlucky on that bounce, but it is, yeah, that's the part of it. You can't teach height as a coach. we try, and you just can't teach height, and Ainley does a really good job of making sure she's using that length. I'll tell you the one thing Batish may have is that strength. Maybe will go into the legs or playing off 2 feet and bumping her around a bit more, but young Ainley looks like she's up for the battle here.
Yeah. A little bit of a tango near the paint. Batish is keen to post up. A moment there, kicking it out to Morton Jones. And Ainley there to mop up again.
She's not far off double digits for the old rebounds there now.
It's just such an asset to have.
Her 8th rebound right.
Rogers going to get to that left. And draws the foul. Used the shoulder well. Emma Rogers to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Cut Bush looking at us right now to put the sub in. Figured out that wasn't for us going down the bench. Yeah, Batish on 3. 6 minutes left to play. We have seen a few foul outs in the old Rapid League before, so Coach Justine Reed making the sub, maybe realizing now's a good time to give Batish some well rest before that 4th quarter and keep her out of that foul trouble.
There's Sienna Morris.
Morris, team of that Asia Cup that played with Ainley there. great guard.
Oh, lovely work. The footwork there. It's Tuilave now. 3 seconds on the shot clock. And dribbles out of bounds with 1.6 left.
Run your quick hitter here, whatever you may have coming out of a baseline out of bounds.
Oh, and Anderson almost. Just been kept on that. 9 points. Asia Anderson. Emma Rogers, on the other hand, she's added 5 third quarter points, up to 14 now. And the Pouākai up by 8. The Kāhu, I believe, and just checking my notes again, yeah, still yet to score in this third quarter.
Yeah, they've kind of just they started going under on those handoffs and screens and just taking that that penetration away. So got to figure out something else. They have had some good looks though. They kind of twisted the ball screen earlier, just missed the layup. Had that Anderson post up.
Oh, great closeout. O'Neill now running the floor. There's an option there. Lacey Ramika opts against. There's 12-0 run now. It's just relentless. On the Pouākai at both ends is Ainley fighting for more rebounds. This time Schroeder has it back for the Kāhu. Where do the Kāhu turn to, surely? Their captain, Anderson, at the lid is on the cylinder at this end of the Cowles gym. Lacey Ramika looks online, just away to the left, but who else? Ainley gets fouled. Will head for 3 throws. Yeah, 9 rebounds now, 5 of them at the offensive end.
Oh. Funny enough, the one thing she does really, really well is block shots, and hasn't quite done that, but has contested quite a few. Lacey Ramika and Lene, the ones who kind of had the block party.
Makes the second as Ainley as Kalana Lene checks back in. Lacey Ramika take a seat. 13-0 run now. Something has to change soon for the Kāhu. Pouākai will be liking this in terms of the net points for and against. Of course, as we mentioned in the pre-game, every basket counts. Pouākai can just improve on that plus-minus.
There's rebound 10.
There it is. And 5 points for the Rare Rapid League double-double. Oh, that is tough. Emma Rogers, she loved that one too. She's got 16 now, Emma Rogers.
Yeah, Ainley just setting those screens, helping her get downhill. Not wanting to switch.
There's a significant amount of contact there though, goodness me. She did very well.
At this rate, the Pouākai will not need Whittle to check into the game.
That is an added bonus. Didn't expect to see Marina Whittle in the Tauihi contest. Missed the last 2. There's a foul's caught there, and I'm going to say that was on the way up in the act of shooting. So with 1.8 to go in the quarter, the Kāhu might get their first points in the third.
Good call. While she disagreed, she did bring her hands down there. So great call by Barter card ref Blake Wazowski there. .8 up 12. Probably don't want to use your player timeout at the end of the third, right? Keep it because you never know what happens. See if we get that big heave.
Oh,
something for the fans to take home. Almost took out the ugly Christmas sweater section there in the corner.
I was just saying those NBA specials over there at the far end of the gym.
Yeah, some real gems down there.
Yeah, 76ers, Kings, Hornets, Bucks. Yeah, goodness me. A real eclectic mix of colour on a Christmas celebration here at Cowles some 4 or so weeks early. 28-17. The Pouākai are well on their way to registering their 7th win of the Rapid League season, their final Rapid League outing in the year 2025.
Kāhu, this would be their second to last. I believe they have one more game versus the Queens Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
That is bang on. Yep, we've got the Hoihoa and the Whai tomorrow, followed by the Kāhu and the Queens to round out our regular season. A lot of playoff permutations. Fortunately, we've got roughly 2 hours of broadcast to go, so we can just slowly work through it. As you mentioned, it is close.
It is, and it's only an 11-point game there, and like we said, this Kāhu team has nothing to lose. See if they come out, maybe something, a junked-up zone, or I don't know, anything to just kind of throw them off right here and see if they can get a spark. And then I guess in addition to that, it's going to be, can they keep Ainley off the glass?
So if you're Coach Williamson of the Pouākai, leading by 11, what would their target be here? Of course, it's just as many as possible, but realistically within... Oh, there's a big slap there. And this 3 minutes 37 to go. Would your encouragement as a coach be to get, super greedy? Don't take your foot off the gas. Let's win this thing by 15. Let's win it by 18.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a bad little kind of play call there, getting through something that just uses most of that shot clock there. I think Lacey Ramaka was looking for maybe a cut that didn't happen or something there. But it's about bleeding that clock down and then just making things tough on the other end. First points of the half.
First field goal of the half.
First field goal of the half right there.
One free throw.
Reese able to get downhill. But she's a name to watch for the future. They only have a few points here, but real old backboard.
Oh, it was just by design. Clearly. 31-19. There's Reese again. Finds Anderson driving strongly.
Oh. Good cut, like a little slip there from Anderson. She's just not able to get him to go yet. She might just be saving him for that next game. She's going to play some heavy minutes there as well.
Oh. Tipped there by Asia Anderson.
And that's kind of... Anderson misses out on the basket on that, but defensively, she's kind of has to defend too. That low man's gone into the paint to help, and for her to make that rotation and stop what would be an open three is just another one of the small things she does really well. Just that X-out closeout, as it's sometimes called.
There's Ainley now, and finishes. Gets a bit of contact as well. Potential three-point play, and edging closer. Adam Morgan to a double-double.
Yeah, we may see the old double-double here from Ainley. Saw Mom here watching in the stands, putting on a show for family, coming down from Nelson to watch. Maybe an early Christmas gift to Mom.
I'm informed too by statsman Mike Lacey. It is the first time a Pouākai player has registered double digits in rebounding in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. So a little bit of history for the 15-year-old as well.
There you go.
Doesn't complete the three-point play. Morris, bit of contact there by Rogers. And free throws coming up here from the Chemist Warehouse.
Nice. Crafty little finish, kind of using Rogers cutting her off and just cutting back to that left hand there. So see if she can put these free throws in and, puts it at the, what is that, a 12-point game? Doing some quick maths.
Takes them both. Sienna Morris. Quick subs here. Anderson, Tuilave back in. Morrison, Batish. Head to the bench. Yeah, the Pouākai finish with a flourish here. Prove that points for it against, even more so. Slick passing. What about that? That was exquisite. Rogers and Lacey Ramika working perfectly in tandem. 15-point lead now, turnover at the other end.
Well, that's what you alluded to at the start of the broadcast, right? She can be an absolute flamethrower and get that shot from the outside going. So she's now also in double digits.
Yeah, 3 of 6 from downtown for Hana Lacey Ramika. And backing up that 16-point game in a winning performance last week. There's Rogers now slicing and dicing away through, but then was picked off by Tuivale. Morton Jones and almost fashions it in. That'll be last touched by Mary Morton Jones.
That might be Anderson's night as coach maybe rests her for the the Tauihi League game later. O'Neal here setting up the offense. See if we get that high ball screen.
It is Lacey Ramika in the corner. This time doesn't go, but Ainley again. And a foul from Tuilave.
Ainley inching closer to the double-double.
So margin at 15, as mentioned, if it does get to a tiebreaker at the end of the weekend, what we're referring to here, of course, 4 teams going through to the semi-finals next week. We already know the semi-finalists. Queens, Whai, Hoiho and Pouākai. What we don't know is the seedings, such as the closeness. Pouākai on track for a healthy one here in Rapid League tonight. If they can then beat the Kāhu and Tauihi, then it gets very interesting tomorrow between the Whai and the Hoiho. As Morton Jones leaves that one short. Almost another rebound there for Ainley. Basically, the Pouākai fans had him turn to Whai fans.
Yeah,
that's my understanding. I think they come into this one with a positive points percentage on the Hoiho and the Whai. So if they all end up with a 7-5 record, which would be the case if Pouākai beat the Kāhu and Tauihi, and the Whai beat the Hoiho tomorrow in Tauihi, you with me?
Following, yeah.
We're all on 7-5. Then it would be the Pouākai finishing second based on having a superior points differential, and that would mean a home semi-final next week here in Christchurch. But a lot of water to go under the bridge before then.
It is possible, and what you're saying essentially is by winning this afternoon, Pouākai are controlling what they can control, and then from there it's up to the Whai, I guess, to kind of cash that check for them.
Fundamentally speaking, yes. But look, as mentioned, there's a lot of basketball to be played. I'm sure it's a little bit, I'm sure it would have been mentioned in some capacity during the week in terms of wanting to win well. Obviously the first job, just win to give yourself a chance. But they know that they're playing semi-final basketball next week at the same time too. So the focus will be on playing very good basketball.
Yeah, and the mentality of this team probably is just being able to treat this as a playoff game, right? This is your quarterfinal. We need to play our best basketball from here on out, and it starts now.
And it ends here in Rapid League. 37-21. Pouākai, what a burst it was late in the second quarter, and then they just kept their foot on the gas. Led by Emma Rogers with 17 points. And another handy contribution too from Hana Lacey Rameka with 11, but one of the big stories too from a rebounding perspective. Amelia Ainley, 15 years of age, finishing on 14 rebounds, 7 offensive, 7 defensive, as we whip through our key stats courtesy of the Chemist Warehouse. There are your top scorers. Rogers, Lacey Rameka. There's that rebound statistic. Amelia Ainley, 14 rebounds in 15 minutes on court. And Amelia Ainley is standing by with Adam Morgan.
All right, thanks, Nick. I'm here with Amelia Ainley. She is fresh off a Pouākai Rapid League record, 13 rebounds. 7 O boards, 6 defensive. Talk to me about what it is you're able to do so well to get all these rebounds when you're out there working so hard on the glass.
I think it's all about commitment. Like, my one thing that I want to bring to this team is rebounds. Like, obviously other stuff, but like rebounds really wants to be my main priority. And so I think I did that tonight. Went out and tried.
I think the stats would back that up. Second question for you. You went from kind of up in Nelson, not playing a whole lot of basketball and stuff, to last week you got your first point, 2 points in the Tauihi. Now you're creating some Pouākai records. How has that change been for you going from, playing to now playing professional with women?
It's definitely been a big step up, like a lot. But I think it'll be really good for my development. And just being up here is like amazing. All the girls are great. I'm loving it.
Awesome. Hey, well, good luck for the second game. Good stuff.
Fantastic performance from Amelia Ainley and a winning effort from the Pouākai. Do stay with us here on Sky Sports. We are about to take a short break, but at 7:30, so in about 18 minutes time, we will be back. GJ Gardner Homes, Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa action. The Mainland Pouākai, plenty to play for them. The Northern Kāhu looking to be spoilers. We look forward to this one and your company here on Sky Sport very soon. Kia ora, hello, welcome into Cowles Stadium here in Ōtautahi, Christchurch. It is GJ Gunholm's Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa action. Final round of the regular season, round 10, and it is the Mainland Pouākai hosting the Northern Kāhu. Plenty to play for the Pouākai. Yes, their place in the Final Four is assured, but exactly where they finish is yet to be determined. For the Kāhu, it hasn't been the season they were seeking, but they can play spoiler both here tonight and then potentially at home on Sunday when they host the Tokomanua Queens in terms of those seeding positions. Nick Yoli here with Adam Morgan alongside. Festive theme here, Adam, at Cowles Stadium with the Pouākai and their special Christmas strip, which is going to be auctioned off, which is fantastic to see. We had an entertaining Rapid League game a short time ago. Two teams, as mentioned, contrasting form, although the Kāhu finally their first win of the season just last week. Let's focus on these ladies here in this Christmas strip to start with the Pouākai. What are you wanting to see from them in terms of bouncing back from a loss last week against the Hoiho?
Yeah, I think I had a great little chat with Bree Hall in the interview, and she just talked about it's about locking down those defensive philosophies and principles. You know, they've had X amount of months with each other, all these games, hours in the gym. Can they put together the scout that Coach Stojkovic has put forth to them? Can they clean up the O-boards? Can they do the small little things? If they want to be a championship team come December, I think it starts right now with this game of making sure that you can control each of those little things that your team kind of holds true or deems as valuable.
This is how close it is for those seeding spots. As you can see there, the wins, the losses, Queens on top. They take on the Kāhu on Sunday, the Hoiho and the Whai. That's a critical matchup tomorrow. The Pouākai currently sitting in that third spot. These are the games to come. As just mentioned, it could very well come down to points percentages. At one scenario, for example, Pouākai win tonight, the Whai win tomorrow, then you'll have the Whai, the Hoiho and the Pouākai all with the same record, and unless there's a huge margin for the Whai's end, the Pouākai would jump up to second spot, which of course means a home semi-final. So a lot riding on this one, but as we mentioned in the broadcast for the Rapid League game, you just got to win. That's fundamentally the most important thing.
Yeah, and it's probably what the Kāhu are saying, hey, let's play spoiler tonight. Nothing to lose. We want to end, as opposed to having just one win on that record. Let's see if we can get two, maybe even three come Sunday. But for the Pouākai, it's about not letting the little ones slip away from them, because if the Whai do what they want them to do and the results fall their way, they would love to host another game here at Cowles Stadium in, what, about 2 weeks' time?
Well, one player who would love to spoil things for the Kāhu against a former team or a former side she's been involved in or a region is Mary Morton-Jones, who Adam caught up with a short time ago.
I'm here with Mary Morton-Jones, formerly known as Mary Golding of the Northern Kāhu. Mary, you've played well over 100 games in this gym here at Cowles. Speak to me about kind of what it's like being able to come home, play in front of some local fans and family and stuff, and yeah, just that feeling of coming back here to play.
I mean, there's nothing like it. You hear it before, you know, when you come home, there's nothing you can really compare it to. It's the same thing. Coming back here, it's coming home, and really, you know, I get so many supporters out, and they're all backing me, and I think I use that energy, and I sort of rise to it as well. And yeah, it's just really special coming back. It's weird. It's like I'm the enemy, but I don't feel that way. I'm like, no, this is like a community that like embraced me, and I love coming back here.
Oh, absolutely. Well, us in the booth, we're some of your fans, and we're looking forward to seeing it.
For the Pouākai, their starting five, they will be bolstered by the return of Marina Whittle, but she is to come off the bench. She's missed the last couple with an oblique injury. So Bree Hall remains in the starting side. So too Charlotte Whitaker at the 5 spot. No Abigail Fogg due to concussion. Adam catching up with Bree Hall a short moment ago.
I'm here with Bree Hall of the Mainland Pouākai. Bree, coming in here, South Carolina, NCAA championships, all that. What are some things you learned from there that you now apply in the league here today?
Yeah, I think a lot of the things that I've applied is like my defensive knowledge. I feel like coming from South Carolina, we've been known for our defense. So I've just been applying a lot of the different things. The terminology is a bit different here, but I've been, I guess you could say, translating it a little bit, kind of just realizing that some words are not exactly the same, but just applying just the same strengths that I've been had at South Carolina here defensively, on ball screens, you know, knowing where to be and help and things of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. So obviously defense wins championships, as I'm sure you're alluding to. Looking at playoffs, what are some keys for you guys, and what's the mindset going into that playoff in this last stretch?
Yeah, I think the mindset is just really being tight on the things that we know, making sure that we're sharp on our plays, you know, being assertive and being aggressive towards the basket. I think we've been doing a really good job cleaning up on some of the little miscommunications defensively, just some of the things that, you know, that in the beginning of the season, you know, you're just like, oh, it's the beginning of the season, you know, mess ups happen, but now we're trying to, you know, sharpen those things.
Absolutely. Well, hey, good luck. Looking forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
We are almost ready for this Pouākai Kāhu clash. A final word for you, Adam, before we get things underway. What are we going to see as we take a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head? Some big discrepancies there, particularly right at the top. Points scored.
Yeah, I think the Kāhu are going to have a chance here. It's going to be about that rebounding battle. Pouākai won true big with Whitaker. Can she stay out of foul trouble? I think that'll be a big indicator. And it's up to Reinhold to kind of run the floor and tire her out and see if she can get her to make some poor decisions around that foul discipline.
Our ball presenters, we've got three of them this evening: Nora, Ella and Mason out of Waitakere Primary. Fantastic.
Some great Christmas spirit costumes everyone has on here.
We're good to go. Pouākai, Kāhu. And it is the Pouākai who open things up. Morgan Jaeger gets to work straight away. There she is, just getting the step on Tupaia, but had too much time with the reverse.
Good initial action coming out. I like that ghost kind of bring Tupaia into the action. Long closeout, attack another long closeout, just couldn't quite finish.
There's Mansfield getting Curtin involved early.
Ooh.
And you just spoke about it, Adam. And 31 seconds in, there is that first foul on Charlotte Whitaker.
That's a tough one right there.
Tupaia, ball in front. Work there by Bree Hall on the switch as Curtin staying aggressive, and lovely finish. Coming off a 23-point game, Abby Curtin, in that first win of the season against the Fight.
Yeah, and Abby Curtin, she's a great player for this team. She's going to be someone that they need to be able to key in on and make sure they don't kind of let her get going.
Was super efficient too last week against the Fight. 8 of 11 from the field is Mike Sell, fresh off 7 3-pointers last week against the Hoi Hoi. Only matched by Lil Dart.
Yeah, that's season high 25, but the Lil Dart kind of overshadowed that.
Yeah, the 36 piece, if you don't mind, is a bit of rough and tumble early. Tupaia and Whitaker. And what's the call going to be here? We'll take another look. Tupaia just lost her footing. And missed it, unfortunately, from the Bartercard officials. It will stay Kāhu possession. No foul registered, so it's a jump ball situation. Potentially, it's right now just accidentally clobbers Dale. Dale staying with it for the time being. Super physical last couple of possessions had him as right now finishes. Goodness me, a lot to unpack.
All right, Kāhu came to play. That's a good sign right there. They're physical, they're getting after it, and let's see how this Pouākai team responds.
This time, Morgan Jaeger with the finish. The left hand.
Soft finish right there. She adjusted well from that first one. 2 minutes in, we got Whittle coming in. See how she kind of responds coming back off that couple game absence. Oh, lovely little floater, Jacobs.
Yeah, Amy Jacobs, that is. Twin sister Claire Jacobs. Doing great things for the Hoi Hoi. Here's Mike Sell. Fires away. Taylor Mike Sell. Goodness me.
You can't have a hand down there. Can't have that hand down on Mike Sell. That'll burn you.
39% on the season from downtown Mike Sell. There's Ryan now with the fade away.
Crafty little slip from her there. Just couldn't quite get the fader to go.
Dale thought about it. Launches.
Ooh. That's something that's improved. I think when we first were kind of sitting here talking early in the season, she was shooting 8%, then 12% from three, and I think she's now up to 20%. So that sharpshooter slowly getting it up there.
Bree Hall says not tonight. Mike Sell now the other way. Little passage this from the Pouākai. Mike Sell, there she goes again. Just a little flat there on the release. Quite have that arc she was after. There's Emma Rogers waiting to check in as well for the Pouākai.
Here's that little zoom, little zipper. See if they can get back into that. Your first two subs, you got Rogers and Whittle coming in for, what do we got? Yeager and Dale.
Yes, a little bit of blood on the bottom lip there from McKenna Dale.
That shot she kind of took there from that Rhinell elbow.
Interesting to see. First couple of minutes here, Marina Whittle almost always locked in here at the gym. Second in scoring for the league. Just under 20 a game. And here she is, the first touch. Get that one to go from mid-range.
Yeah, testing the waters. There you go. Curtin's one, I think, if she gets going in transition, good defense there.
Great active hands from Whitaker, and now running the floor as well. No call. Just going to let the two teams figure it out here for themselves, the Barnacan officials. Didn't take long, did it? There she is.
That's tough. Coach Stojkovic staying with his quick kind of get him in, get him out subbing pattern, keeping everyone fresh.
Mansfield likes the matchup with Whitaker. So does Charlotte Whitaker. There's McKenna Dale, a very quick sub, as you alluded to there, Adam, as Bree Hall checks out. And Asia Anderson into the ball game for the first time tonight as well.
So I think with this lineup, that must... Oh, no, Whitaker's still in. Excuse me. I was thinking Dale goes to the 5. I think the next sub, though, when Whitaker comes out, you'll see Dale go to the 5. And we'll see if Kāhu can exploit that. That being said, they didn't have any trouble there. Nice little turnaround. Oh, here we go. We got Ainley minutes coming for Whitaker.
Whittle away to the left this time.
There you go. And here's that Rhinell pushing the pace.
Mansfield reset. Action with Anderson. Use her strength. Spin.
Oh.
It's the bottom of the backboard. Pouākai possession. And yeah, both coaches turning to youth. Emma K. Schroeder in for the Kāhu. Amelia Ainley, fresh off her rapid league Pouākai record, 14 rebounds it was in the end. Into the ball game here.
Oh, DeChin with 14. I did the interview thinking it was 13. Somehow between when I left the table, she gathered another rebound, which I'm not surprised.
7 offensive, 7 defensive. Some performance.
Yeah, well, Coach Stojkovic obviously loved what he saw from her. And
hey, we're going to see the same matchup too with Alabatish in as well, we saw in Rapid League. There is Whittle. Spinning on right now. Silky touch at the basket. Marina Whittle.
Yeah, she's come in and made instant impact. 2 or 3 already. She's getting downhill. And there's the savvy vet move from Tapia. Kind of looked like she might hit the roller with that hezzy. Opened Ainley's hips and just blew right by her.
Here's Dale now. Finding an open lane. It was a little bit too easy there for McKenna Dale.
Yeah, it's back and forth quite quickly here.
Tapia on the point guard role while Mansfield sits, and she launches away from downtown. Talia Tupaia, back-to-back baskets. I liked the body language from the Kāhu early, Adam. They got this intensity, this determination about them. It's what you want to see from a spoiler team with nothing really to play for.
Absolutely. I think they just, they look poised and look like they know what they want. They're getting certain girls into that screen action, whether it's been Rogers or Ainley so far in the last few possessions. Tupaia is just kind of directing traffic, if you will, and there's a clear game plan of what they want to accomplish, and then see if they can get the Pouākai into rotation. There you go, Coach Williamson yelling out that McKenna's at the 5 now to help kind of sort out that offense.
So a quick burst with Ainley on. She's now back to the bench. So these are critical minutes for the Pouākai as Bree Hall. It's everything but the finish. Right, Abigail Fogg due to concussion. Tupaia downhill. Oh, that won't count, says our Bartercard official Callum Welch.
I'm sure Tupaia will agree with that.
But again, I love the intensity. I love the intent.
They've come out to fight. They've, I feel they kind of got a, we want to be the hammer, not the nail mentality about the way they've kind of hitting the boards, setting these screens, and just attacking the basket and not settling early. I think any of the threes they've shot have come off of those paint touches. There you go, back downhill.
Screen there from Alabatish. Tupaia can't get the finish. Now Jaeger.
Nice.
Hall.
Oh,
halfway down. Good hustle there from Whittle. And now fires away.
These are O-boards, there we go. Hitting those. That's something the Kāhu cannot allow, those second, third chance opportunities. He killed him in Rapid League. Got to adjust.
Late in the count here. Hall, long two.
Butter.
And back to all square. 13 all. Entertaining start to this one. 2:20 to play in the first. Anderson. Curtin back in. Schroeder. And two youngsters. Rogers gets a good piece of that. And now Jaeger the other way. So crafty.
Yeah, she's got a very a deep bag, if you will, when it comes to finishing around the rim. Those high pickup, low pickups, and then touch with both hands. She's a very crafty finisher.
Physicality there. Tupaia just bullying her way to the basket. And once again, we have the scores level. As Whittle tries to put a change to that. Doesn't she love it in front of the Pouākai bench? How many times have we seen it?
To my Lou, little step back, hit the three, dap your teammate up, get back on D. There you go.
And here she is again, same corner, same result.
Got her. That's an advantage I think this Pouākai team has. When Dale's at the 5, well, now that you're 5, grabbing the rebound, pushing the ball in transition, finding your hot shooter in the corner. That's a tough to be matched up with against there.
What a bleak injury, goodness me. Marina Whittle just exploding back into Tauihi action here for the Pouākai. 5 minutes, 10 points. And understandably, Coach Cameron calls a timeout. Kāhu ought to be encouraged though, Adam. 6-point game. Yeah, it's been a little run here. Whittle's got hot. What would you feel like the overriding message would be from Jodie Cameron?
Yeah, I think just you clean up that transition, you clean up the O-boards. They've had some good looks and they're getting there. And I think just going back to kind of those, I think they're hunting for certain matchups and trying to attack that. There's certain girls that are just not going to stay in front of a Talia Tupaia. Like, that's just the fact of the matter. And the Pouākai will have to go into rotation or live with the fact that she's going to play off 2 feet and kind of body them right around the rim. So I think keep finding those matchups and those shots that you want to attack, and then clean things up on the other side. If I throw it to you, if you're Coach Stojkovic, what do you want to double down on here?
Just give the ball to Marina Whittle and see what happens. It's a very simplistic take, but yeah, you ought to be happy. I think we were speaking a bit off air around the style that the Pouākai have played all season long is messy, to say the least.
Almost
there.
had that turnover off the press, but credit to the Kāhu just making sure they get back and turned it over again.
Tupaia now. Let's see if there's a slight adjustment here after the timeout. Tupaia, fine Batish. Still way to the right. Whittle, the rebound. It's another asset to Marina Whittle's game. Averages 8 boards a game, and now Bree Hall's in on it. Bree Hall with 5 first quarter points and now getting in front. Loving it. Locked in. We go back to Tupaia.
There it is. Oh, they had the roll. Just had a little bit of that popcorn between games there.
Pinballs around there. Tupaia got a piece of the attempts.
Great hands by the ball girl there. Surprised herself with that catch.
So late in the first, the Pouākai turn to Whittle. How does she get that open? Coach killer for the Kāhu. Marina Whittle celebrates.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Second time. Oh, no, not second time.
That's the first quarter done.
That's the first quarter.
27-15. Pouākai up by a dozen. And it's Marina Whittle who's had a huge say on return from injury. 13 points in the first. Second quarter coming up here. Pouākai leading by 12. Start your weekend on the right note. Large cups pepperoni pizza, $35. Sells that online code on your screen. Nick Bewley, Adam Morgan alongside us. Just see this possession out. Marina Whittle getting a breather. Lovely ball movement here, and the handle from Hall. The balance, the poise, the finish. Pouākai pick up where they left off.
Yeah, great ball movement. I think that crossed the split line 3 different times. Just these players really starting to trust each other, and I think you kind of see it there. I'm loving Bree Hall's activity. It doesn't matter what position, she seems to be able to really apply pressure just up and in each of the times, which I believe is kind of, you know, what her bread and butter is as a professional basketball player, just that lockdown defender.
Jacobs getting it round Mike Sal. Mike Sal did well. That lateral movement. Jaeger spin. Oh, and a bit of English too, goodness me.
Yep, that was nice. Great job again. Bree Hall running the floor, kind of setting that inside presence, and then just able to work off that. Oh. Reinald's second foul, I believe.
Yeah, the moving screen on.
That's tough. Just noticing too in that first quarter, 7 to 8 in the first 5 minutes, and then Pouākai ended up winning that next 5 minutes by 12 points. And the big key person who was off in that was Reinald during that period, kind of. So she's obviously quite instrumental to both sides of the ball for this team.
Dale now downtown, away to the right. Now look at the intensity. And now Mike's out. He's going to get it back. Dale, this time, the way the Pouākai are rebounding at the moment, they can just keep going until something like that happens.
It looked like a shoot-around. Oh.
Foot out of bounds. Bree Hall, frustrated. Just clarifying, she's not upset at our official Callum Welch, just upset at herself. You're absolutely right about her activity. Goodness me, every time the ball has come over the half court and she's got on her defensive assignment, it's just been desperate.
Yeah, I think really good wingspan there. She's just able to stay low, be athletic, and then springing up into those passing lanes. If the ball handler is kind of loose with it at all, she's going to poke away, kind of jabbing at it like a boxer would. Just so many really good traits I think that Coach Stojkovic must appreciate about her.
Off 1 foot there from Mansfield, doesn't go. Here's Whittle now, downhill.
Speaking of a do-it-all player, oh, couldn't quite get it.
Nonetheless, a 7-0 run to start the second here for the Pouākai, leading by 19. As Talia Tupaia puts an end to that.
It's kind of one of the things I think with this team is you have Pouākai obviously missing a few bodies with some injuries here and there, but their depth still seems to out depth the other team's bench there, just with lots of talent all around and contributors.
Well, this is one thing I think we've alluded to in commentary here at Cowles during the season, because there's so many mouths to feed. An argument could be made that there's almost too many options. The quick nature of the substitutions in and out, by having less. Ooh. So nice finish there by Mansfield with the left. Stojkovic wants to chat things over. You can get a bit more cohesion with the same players on the floor for longer, and that can instill a bit of confidence and trust.
Yeah, I know, I 100% agree. I mean, you saw last week, was it Whitaker had her first double-double, 15 and 10, just kind of being out there a little bit more. Bree Hall, a name maybe we haven't said as much in those earlier games, able to just kind of find herself out there. Obviously, the more you're out there, the more likely you are to score some points and do those things. So I think you make a really good point there about just when that lineup shortens just a little bit, some of those players get into a bit more of a rhythm. So give and take with both.
Still time to get involved in the good house. Mix and pick poll. Got a love with the 1 to 11 margin at the moment. With confidence still remaining with the Kāhu. Do get involved. Scan that QR code there on your screen. Pouākai, as we've mentioned so far in the broadcast, not only wanting to win, but win by as many points as possible to improve their overall points for and against. They are in a really good spot. Should other results go their way, they are reliant on the Phi, namely, to beat the Hoiho tomorrow, which, if they get the job done here tonight, could very well see them back here next week in a home semi-final situation.
Probably quite fitting with how much of this Pouākai team is former Phi between coach and players. I'm sure some of them will find it quite easy to cheer for the team.
He's one of those now. Rogers and another. Dale. And I'll tell you what, it might well be, I was going to say first turnover of the game. No, it's second for the Pouākai. It's been squeaky clean for the most part.
Like that movement, though. Just lots of ball movement, just quick in and out of actions. Kāhu having to figure out what it is that they're trying to defend there. So just got to hold on to that rock.
This is Ryan.
Oh,
Mansfield. Nice little pop
there it
to
is.
Ryan.
And that's what she does well. Just that really good touch around the rim, and plus that motor being able to really run. Fortunate there.
Yeah, I was going to say they got away with one there. The spacing wasn't quite as it should have been for the Kāhu, especially on Mike's out. It's Ryan now. I'm going to use her length. And great work there, McKenna Dale. Oh, and then complete breakdown there, Rogers and Whittle. Jacobs the other way. Jaeger tidies up, now sensing an opportunity. Here's Whittle. Fade. Here's Mike Sal. Look at that, just fighting. Using her strength. Oh, everything but the finish. Poor Amy Jacobs crashing into our corporate area.
Mike Sell with a little bit of a flex afterwards. Crashing around. These girls are flying around trying to get these O-boards, these turnovers. A lot of activity.
There's 7 offensive rebounds now for the Pouākai. It's the 2 for the Kāhu.
One of the things I'm noticing with these Pouākai girls is I think they get told to sub. They sprint to the bench trying to get in on that first whistle because they know that they can't get subbed out that much quicker. So it's something you kind of love to see as a coach, is how eager your team is to get in, get out, just really locked into what you're doing.
Well, the official's unsighted there. I think it was tipped by a Pouākai hand. And that is the way they've eventually seen it. With 2.7 on the shot clock. They came in with a bit of intensity and impetus early. Pouākai have landed a couple of punches since. Jacobs, high arcing, that might work out. Oh my goodness, almost went in. Mike's out. Oh, not far away, that radar.
Oh, what a ball.
Anderson follows it up and gets the finish with the left.
That's just that Rhino running the floor. Defense collapses, kick out, O-board.
A lot of instruction coming from Coach Stojkovic in front of us. Dale along the baseline and puts a foot out of bounds. No, we've got a foul on Amy Jacobs.
I do like that action. They didn't quite get it here, but they run a flare back to a pin down, sometimes called a Ricky action, if you will. Trying to get Mike Sell just another 3, if you will.
The jargon in this sport never ceases to amaze. Mike Sal can't get it to Whitaker. And here come the Kāhu. And there it is. Rhinell running the floor. Curtin. Oh, good fighting rebound there from Hayley Rhinell. And the Pouākai and their coach, Alex Stojkovic, not happy with their last couple of possessions.
Both of his timeouts this quarter?
Very quick timeout.
Yeah,
Back to back.
Kāhu've done a good job just kind of fighting away. Chipped it back to 11. That's a good first 5 minutes from them.
Yeah, they've done well. The lead threatened to really balloon out. They've got it back to 11.
Yeah, and I think it's just that pace. Even though, like, Tapai hit that kick ahead to Rhinell just pushing the pace and then finding those shooters on the outside. And I don't think any of their, could be wrong, if any of their threes gone yet, but they've O-boarded at least 2 of them. So, 1 of 3, or 1 of 9, sorry, from 3, but they've had 2 O-boards off those. So they're doing a great job of just kind of that relentless pressure, attacking the rim, attacking the paint. Cowles Cauldron loving the Christmas theme today.
As mentioned, could very well be the last time we're here for season 25, but Who knows? Could have a home semi-final should things shake out in the Pouakai's favour next weekend. Pouakai know they've got semi-final basketball ahead of them. And they have proven, Adam, that they can win on the road, but there's nothing quite like the comforts of home.
Yeah, take care of business here. You're in with a chance.
Good hand there by Tupaia. Still ends up with the intended recipient. And another offensive rebound by the Pouakai. Just killing the Kāhu. Whitaker doesn't mind a three. Boom.
And that starts with her O-board kick out. Great drive by Jaeger, and then finding her buddy Charlotte in the corner there.
Yeah, 8th offensive rebound there for the Pouakai.
I think that's something Whitaker's done really well these last few weeks. Figuring out how to hit the O-boards, kind of be that aggressor, but having foul discipline at the same time. And it's really helped this team get second chance opportunities.
Steal for McKenna Dale. Very impactful defensively season 2025. McKenna Dale as Whitaker back-to-back baskets.
Nice. Good quick actions there. And that's the thing, Whittle, you got to go over that screen, take away that shot, ends up opening up Whitaker on the roll.
7 points, 5 rebounds now for Charlotte Whitaker. Could be back-to-back double-doubles for her. Spot starts as Tupaia can't get that to go. It's gonna stay with the Kāhu, however. It's Curtin in the corner. Rhinell just straight down State Highway 1, doesn't go.
Two more good possessions by Whitaker there, being just defensively disciplined and not fouling.
Showing the full array of acrobatics there, the Pouakai. One short and left from Whittle. Mansfield. Lauren Mansfield. Oh, can't get the bunny. Here come the Pouakai. Jaeger downhill. Dale downtown. And another offensive rebound. And Bree Hall, you could just sense she was setting Lauren Mansfield up there on that spin, executed with aplomb.
Yeah, just kind of using that length to finish over the top. Great job by Hall there.
Yeah, the friendly roll there for Mansfield.
Let's say proud of that basket. Pouakai really come out with some zip though after that timeout. Coach Stojkovic's message really getting through. Just loving how much quick movements there are.
Right now, close out there and a little laugh between Rhinell and Whittle on their way down the floor. Better over there, Hayley Rhinell.
Oh. Great look away pass there by Mansfield. Looked like she might kind of throw that throwback or fill back up at the top and then hit the roller, just open it up. Something they kind of had some trouble with, right? Trying to hit that roller. There seems to be a lot of hands getting in the way of that. So it's good to see them kind of successfully connect and get to the get some free throws out of it. Coach Stojkovic kind of telling Dale that she's got Rhinell on that. I think that allows her to kind of match that speed for speed on the defensive end.
Jaeger, mismatch, and she'll make you pay every time.
Yeah. Whitaker with a great kind of screen seal there too to just open that up. Some really good chemistry between them. Yeah. Just came down there a little bit with that arm.
It's a good battle between two sort of more traditional point guards, Lauren Mansfield and Morgan Jaeger. Simplified there with Two-man action at both ends.
Yeah, it's definitely a really good battle. Just kind of to see what each of those point guards does with the ball screen and being able to push the pace. Probably one of the really cool things, I think, for some of these young athletes hoping to aspire to be a future Ram or Pouākai or Tulfer and Tall Black, to come and watch some of these really great players firsthand. As I may jinx that very great play of an inbound pass.
Yeah, by and large. Yeah, we're all guilty of the odd mistake. Just a little over a minute to go in the half. Relatively impressive showing so far from the Pouākai as Jaeger makes up.
Oh, and here we go.
Further mistake.
Lovely.
Oh, we no-looker from Hall. Can you believe it, though? Yet another offensive rebound. Dale get an opportunity from the Chemist Warehouse strike. And I tell you what, these might be the first free throws of the game for the Pouākai. They are. 19 minutes into it.
Good observation there.
Yeah.
You're right, we have been flying up and down, it seems, every time our heads go from right to left. Haven't hung out down here for too long.
All we have, it's just been because of offensive rebound after offensive rebound.
How many offensive rebounds are we sitting at now? 9.
Yeah. Hall. Oh, gets the steal on Tupaia. All the time in the world, Bree Hall. Kāhu looking to close out the half. There's Mansfield. Nice finish.
Yeah, crafty finish there. Kind of snaking back to get to that little jumper. Opting not to use the player timeout. They like what they have here.
Hall. Close out there by Tupaia. And still get an offensive rebound. That basket won't count. And that'll do it for the first 20 minutes. Pouākai leading by 18, 48 points to 30. Marina Whittle, I believe she actually added to her first quarter tally. She did it with all those 13 points coming in the first stanza. Key contributions coming from several of the starters. Hall with 9, Jaeger with 8, Mike Sell with 8, Charlotte Whitaker with 7. And they are halfway there in terms of getting the desired outcome and making their points percentage even healthier. Let's send it down sideline with Adam. He's got McKenna Dale.
I'm here with McKenna Dale. McKenna, good first half, you'd say, by that scoreboard. You guys have been playing with a lot of pace, getting up and down and being able to run, whether that's you at the 5, the 3, whatever it may be. What's allowing you guys to play with that pace and keep that foot on the gas pedal?
Yeah, we've had to change up the lineup a little bit. It's really nice to have Marina back, but we've said all year we're really deep, and it's really cool to have so many people on the scoreboard and so many people contributing in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of thinking this almost, you're getting ready for playoffs. What do you need to do in this second half to kind of finish the game out, yet play playoff basketball that you guys want to see here?
I think just keep executing, playing at our pace, which is fast. We need to lock in on defense a little bit more and keep them off the boards would really help. Just doing the same thing we did in the first half and pulling it together.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, good luck.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Halftime here at Cowles. Some Christmas carols at Cowles at halftime. 48-30, second half coming up very soon. A hive of activity here at half-time at Cowles Stadium. And the Pouākai lead the Kāhu 48 points to 13. Nick Bewley here with Adam Morgan alongside in commentary. Pouākai probably buttoned off just a touch offensively in that second quarter. The intensity, though, remained defensively, and the intensity remained from a rebounding standpoint. The O-boards put it in, getting up to 11-7 in that second quarter. What stood out for you?
Yeah, I think that's one of the two things is the second chance points is 16-8, so there's 8 points to that lead, and then the transition points is 10-2, so another 8 points. So kind of, like you said, the Pouākai, who'd been buttoning that stuff up and a big work on for them throughout the season, Kāhu maybe just letting a few of those kind of leak outs and O-boards really hurt them there. But Coach Stojkovic calling those two kind of somewhat early in the second quarter timeouts, tighten his team up, and I think he'd be happy with somewhat of how they responded. The pace picked up, the intensity. But yeah, now it's about how do you think these Kāhu can respond?
I just think it is a long way back. We're seeing it in bursts, but it's just not that consistency. And I think that's where you mentioned the word depth before of the Pouākai, and it feels like when something isn't working for Coach Stojkovic for 1 or 2 minutes, he can just go plug and play. I'm going to take that piece out, this piece in, and all of a sudden what was working well for the Kāhu for a couple of moments evaporates or is back to square one. It's a tricky proposition for them to be, and has been the case for a large part of the season. But look, they got the talent there. Like, they can get Talia Tupaia. We've seen Hayley Rynell only has one switch, and that's just full gas. So, look, I know they'll be a little bit disheartened to be down by 18, but as I've said all along this season, that sort of first 5 minutes of the second half, you get it down to a dozen. Who knows? If it balloons out beyond 20, then could be a long night.
Yeah, that's step by step. Can we just kind of chunk this thing down? You know, if you cut this in half by the start of the fourth quarter, you're in great position to be able to do something. But yeah, it's a tough one for the Kāhu. Like, they just don't quite have the depth they'd probably like. Rynell's got 8 and 5. Tapia's starting to kind of get herself going. But yeah, where else can they go to find some more points or some just get that scoreboard to keep ticking over?
We're going to find out very soon. The second half, moments away. Thanks for your company here on Sky Sport. Second half moments away here at Cowles Stadium as the Pouākai seeking their 7th win, and it's putting a little bit of pressure on the likes of the Hoiho. Those top 2 positions. It is so tight there in terms of the seedings between 1, 2, 3 and 4. They need still to be determined. You can see Marty Davidson there, pump bottle, taking in a bit of Tauihi hoops.
All the celebrities out tonight.
All the big names in Christchurch are here. Where else would you want to be? The Kāhu. Can they muster something early here in the third just to instill a little bit of belief?
Yeah. I think just kind of looking at this, you said the Pouākai didn't shoot too many free throws. Kāhu only shot 4 as well, so I think a great way for them to kind of edge themselves back into the game is get yourself on that free throw line, attack the rim a little bit more, put some pressure on the likes of Whitaker or Dale, so you can get someone in foul trouble and just kind of just tick away at that lead.
It's Jacobs. It's her 4th game for the Kāhu. Amy Jacobs moves that one.
Jaeger directing traffic.
Yeah. Not too happy about where the cars were going either. Hall try and get out of this one. Another offensive rebound. Good defense. Amy Jacobs. Well, that was just a little bit clunky.
Yeah, Kāhu fortunate to kind of come away with that though after another O board.
Yeah.
So.
Ashley Jacobs again. Everything just seems a little bit tricky here for the Kāhu. Curtin kicks it out to Tupaia. Is fighting her way to the basket. Bree Hall just all over it.
Bree Hall's done a really good job there today. Really holds her ground well, kind of has both quickness and size for any of those matchups like we talked about. Oh, nice little uphill grenade action.
Oh, and then the pass.
Lovely.
Happened so quickly, Charlotte Whitaker almost didn't have time to react.
Yeah, nice little action ran there. Coach will be happy.
Brings up 50, and the margin is 20. This couldn't quite help herself there, Charlotte Whitaker. That'll be her 3rd.
Oh, yeah, so Whittle back in. She probably wasn't far off subbing in anyhow for someone. 2 minutes for the Pouākai there to get Whittle in.
So Dale will go back to the 5 on Rynell. And then a quick foul on Marina Whittle, having just checked in.
Her second.
Second, yeah.
It's the right idea. 2 early fouls on him, kind of getting that pressure applied.
Jacobs can't get that one to go through. It seems like a little bit of confusion. The start of the second half offensively.
Yeah,
Morgan Jaeger not too happy.
Can't quite figure out what they want to run. That being said, yep.
They'll run the Marina Whittle, I can do it all.
All the Whittle is always a good offense, isn't it? When you're in a pinch. Oh. I don't mind that from Mansfield, you know. They go under on that screen. If you can hit a 3 there, kind of helps develop the pick and roll a bit more. Here we go, turnover, see if they can run.
It might have been Hall again.
Who else? Bree Hall everywhere. Great skip.
finish though, Jaeger. Tough rebound there from Rynell. It's just go, go, go. Mansfield fires away again. Can't get it off the glass. Lovely finds. Body positioning from Dale as well. Was just asking for the ball to be put there. Made for a very easy finish.
Yeah, great patience by Whittle. It's kind of there early, but waited just a little bit longer to get a better kind of drop in the top there sort of pass.
Emma Rogers into the ball game. Morgan Jaeger checking out. Asia Anderson in too for the Kāhu. Just a hush here in the Cowles gym all of a sudden. There's a bit of respect paid to a former Pouākai player perhaps, or just the music was down. We were all sort of waiting for something to happen there.
Yeah. Oh.
Whittle, quick shoot, release. It's Tupai almost getting in a tangle. Ooh. Tough.
Paul's going to ask for her teammates to call those screens out, I believe. There we go. There's a 3 to drop.
Lauren Mansfield, she's been trying her utmost, and it lands in the left corner. And plenty more of that, though, the Kāhu.
Here's that split action. See what they can find.
Oh, Mike Sell.
I almost think she's better shooter off of tough, moving kind of actions than she is with just a catch and shoot.
Yeah, she had all the momentum fading to the right there. Pretty much had to aim half a metre to the left.
Yeah. As a shooter, that's almost tougher because you have to get your right elbow around at the rim, as opposed to if you're kind of fading that left, your right elbow's already there. So more credit to her to have the body strength to balance and fire away.
Mentioned Adam getting back, or getting to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line, and that is something the Kāhu have done a little bit more of here in this third quarter. A couple of trips for Hayley Rynell.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of just attacking that paint. The first 2 minutes I thought they kind of settled for the floaters, but when they're actually getting on the rim, I think that's where you can find it. That being said, stops are needed, and Mike Sell open is not the way to get him.
Yeah, the radar all of a sudden on. He's 2 of 7, I believe, Mike Sell from three-point range now, 4 of 9. 8 of 27 as a team. I mean, that's the volume of attempts we've come to expect from the Pouākai.
Again, 29% or 30%. That's roughly what they're shooting at the half as well. It's one of those things that they can open this game up even more if they do start to really let them fall, because they have more than almost all their players are very capable shooters when they get it going.
First minutes of the night for Mary Morton-Jones, and locking up Emma Rogers there almost, but commits the foul. So we've ticked over that halfway mark of the third quarter. Just looking to see if the Kāhu could cut into that deficit, but it has now opened up to 24. It was 18 at the half. How do they turn off the tap? Well, they got a box out to begin with as Dale slides in. Lovely sling pass there. Mike Sell, Whittle, the Sally, the bench is up.
Crowd loves it.
Mansfield still trying here. Close out, Dale.
Really active hands from these Pouākai players.
Good recovery, though, by Mansfield. Now Curtin the other way. Rogers with the foul. Another player we haven't mentioned, Adam, when we were talking about just a couple of key contributors who aren't available here tonight for the Pouākai. I've mentioned Abigail Fogg and what that's meant for the 5 position, but no Ezra McGoldrick as well, who's had a really impactful season. Leads the Tauihi League in blocks. Just thinking blocks there, and all of a sudden I was like, I haven't seen Ezra McGoldrick tonight. But again, just exemplifies the Pouākai's depth, that they're so capable of still putting up a score like this without some key personnel. Yeah,
it just speaks to kind of the depth and development, maybe even from what the coaching staff are able to do with these players, finding the right girls to bring into your program that are malleable enough to buy in. So what a finish there by Dale. A little spin to a scoop. But yeah, just but like you said earlier, I think it really kind of comes down to it's more time for those players such as a Dale, a Bree Hall, to get their more touches and kind of find their rhythm.
There's Rogers now. Almost. Emma Rogers, and somehow ends up back with the Pouākai as Whittle takes a tumble and an awkward fall there. Thankfully she's okay. Remain Pouākai possession. Do we have a verdict yet from you, Adam, on the candy cane Christmas theme strip?
They've grown on me.
Are you a fan? Okay.
Yeah, I walked in here, I wasn't quite sure, and I like them. I think maybe a week later, but the home schedule doesn't quite allow you to be for sure that you're going to get that Christmas game. Oh, it's a little ankle breaker we had there. But I like it. The Christmas music was playing. Tis the season.
Well, look, what the auction allows is Alabatish gets that one to go from deep. This one-off playing strip auction off, and the funds raised going to Full Bellies. A fantastic initiative here in Christchurch.
Yeah, I think the auction's even live now, so if your favorite players out there.
Well, what I was trying to get to, the fact it's the 28th of November, you could be sorted for the 25th of December wearing one of these around the dinner table, Adam.
This is, I wouldn't mind one. These are quite flash, you know. Makes for a good ugly Christmas sweater or a basketball jersey. You can multi-use.
There's Dale sort of teasing the Kāhu defense there. Looking to rock, Badish to sleep, Marina Whittle. Jaeger now. Margin is 26. Fadeaway doesn't go from.
And I do kind of like what the Kāhu are doing. I think, you know, like you got to find out where you can find easy baskets, or they're not necessarily easy baskets, but higher percentage. They keep putting Rogers in the action. They did in the first half, and they kind of did in the Rapid League. It's just finding those and really being, what do you call it? The word would be, I guess, like you want to have an intent in what you're trying to do, even if it's not going exactly your way. Just still having that intent of running an offense, trying to get something done, and then on the defensive end, they obviously got a few things to tidy up. But I feel this Kāhu team is still fighting. They haven't let go of the rope, per se.
They've still got one to come as well, a game to come, that is, in their home gym to close out the Tauihi regular season against the Tukumanawa Queens on Sunday. Very interesting game, though, tomorrow. I'm going to get your thoughts on that at some stage, Adam. With the Phi, they've had a couple of losses in recent weeks. Lost to the Kāhu, in fact, last week. Haven't had Lena Snyder, I understand, for the last couple of weeks. And they got a big assignment tomorrow against the Hoiho.
Yeah, Snyder makes a massive difference for that team, just kind of the heartbeat of it. So figuring out ways to kind of get back to where they were before.
Lauren Mansfield has stayed down. The officials stop play. Just taken one in the abdomen area. Mansfield bangs up. Yeah, a lot of momentum with the Hoiho. If we cast our minds back to round one, and the Pouākai put, off the top of my head, I think it was 121 points on the Southern Hoiho. You were caught up in the States somewhere and you didn't even make it for your commentary debut in Tauihi.
Yeah, that was, it was quite the game.
But credit, what I was going to say, sorry Adam, is just credit to the way that the Hoiho have turned things around. And especially after the season they had last year, my hat goes off to all the people involved down south.
Yeah, and I think one of the things they do really well down there is they build a good culture. So you start with a rocky start, you kind of stay together. They seem like a really well-knit team, which when you do have that off night, it helps you get through. And they responded beautifully last week, being able to kind of grind out that win against the Pouākai here. So, and as a result, we have a very competitive top four as we go into the last leg of the season.
Jacobs pulls up and three ball, just evading the Kāhu. About a 3-second differential here between game and shot clock. Pouākai looking to get to something. Good work there right now, making things difficult, but again, unselfish play, lovely play. Bree Hall, the facilitator. Whitaker with the finish.
That was kind of good heads-up team ball there. We talked about trying to put certain players in the action on one side. They tried to get the youngster Sienna Marisa in the action on that, and proved to work out for them there.
And they're going to add a little bit of time, get it back to 2 seconds, I believe.
See who gets the full court heave.
So just waiting for the correct amount of time to be added here in the stadium. Schroeder with the honours. A bit of a domino effect there after the Whitaker swat. Lots of laughs. Pouākai unit at the minute. They lead by 31. Well on their way to win number 7. A quarter to play here at Cowles. Large cups, pepperoni pizza, $35. Sells with that online code BALLER2025. Plenty of ballers on show here at Cowles this evening, perhaps for the final time in the calendar year. Well, I'm sure the Pouākai will be hopeful. Results fall their way. Have to be tomorrow, you feel. That Whai and Hoiho clash. Significant in terms of the seedings for the top four. What have the Kāhu got? Foot out of bounds there. Denying the fast break. Sienna Morris into the game. Adam Morgan. You're mentioning in Rapid League, one of our New Zealand's age group representatives this year.
Yeah, she's actually, funny enough, gets to perform for her New Zealand coach, Liam Conley, who's sitting courtside tonight. But came on kind of bit of a combo guard, I guess, but just very controlled, poised, and made a very large contribution, I felt, to that team that did so well at the Asia Cup this year, with alongside her teammates who are on the other side of the thing here, with Ava Jones and Amelia Ainley. So I think she's a name you got to watch for in the future. Very promising young player from up north.
The name we're going to watch in the present, Bree Hall. Goodness me. The defensive activity tonight will not totally be reflective in the box score, but all the tips, deflections, the nuisance she's made of herself. Yeah, just the 2 steals and 1 block registered, but
that doesn't do it justice, does it?
Took the words out of my mouth. Absolutely.
And I think more than that is she's not just kind of sitting back and trying to jump passing lanes. She's picking up the best player on the floor. Early in the game is Tapaya. She's now guarding Haley. She's 1 through 5. She can kind of pick them up, and that is such a weapon if you can kind of neutralize the other team's best player come playoffs.
There's Jaeger. Lovely finish, close to the basket. Deceleration.
Jaeger's play is another one I think that's been really improved throughout this season as it's gone. Kind of went from maybe looking for her own shot early and forcing things to right now, like, she doesn't have a whole lot of shots. She's 5 of 7, very efficient, but 5 rebounds, couple assists. Like, she's just very balanced game right now, and giving this team what they need at that point guard spot.
To get involved in the Good Health Game MVP. Some early love for Charlotte Whitaker, who is closing in on back-to-back double-doubles. Has got the points required with 11. Currently on 7 rebounds. But with 8:18 to play, and the result more or less done and dusted. Who's your Good Health MVP vote going to at this point in time, Adam?
I think I'd go Bree Hall. I just like what she's bringing on that defensive side, and I feel like it sets the tone. Obviously, you can always chuck Whittle a vote there, and you're not going to necessarily be wrong. And then the other one, I think she's obviously just coming on at the right time, is Mike Sell. Been maybe a streaky shooter at times throughout the season, but she's really putting consistent performances together lately. Just being able to both space the floor, forcing teams to have to go over, which is just creating advantages all over the place when they put her in the action. So I don't think I really answered your question, did I?
Yeah, just on Mike's. I mean, she was 7 of 15 from downtown in that loss to the Hoiho last week. But then tonight, 5 of 11. So that is very efficient. You know, she's up now to 39% from the 3-point range on the season. And sort of as advertised, right, in terms of what the Pouākai were hoping and expecting for when she was picked up from the States.
Yeah, she's been great. Like, and she's played kind of the 6-man role at times. She's played the point guard role. Like, it's kind of just a bit of everything. This team does a good job of just kind of doing it by committee. At any given point, it could be anybody's night or multiple people's night. And again, not sound like a broken record, but Whittle is often on that list.
And there it is, Jaeger. Pick in the pocket of Schroeder.
Yeah, and this must have been what Coach talked about in that timeout. Hey, girls, let's pick this full court intensity up. You know, you only get so many quarters of basketball to play. You want to make the most of all of them. And even though it's a 20, 30-odd point blowout, if you say, they still want to make sure they're getting the most out of these reps right now.
Nice little play there between Morris and Batish. And then the hand from Alabatish as well, the steal. And here come the Kāhu. We're just discussing whether this basket is going to count. There's certainly a foul on the Pouākai. Go on. Yeah, there we go.
Give the people what they want.
Big Christmas present.
Yeah, sometimes it's the guards who reward the bigs for running the floor. That time, maybe the ref rewarded the big. Cashes it in. Again, credit to Rhino. Despite the score, a lot of these games all season, she remains to play very, very, very hard. Talking, communicating, just trying to give her any chance to win.
Whittle heading to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. A 32-point game, but you wouldn't know it down to our left. Coach Stojkovic just furious after that last defensive possession. Those are the standards. Trying to uphold heading into playoff basketball. Just on the playoffs, I know we've talked a lot about permutations, but is there a preferred matchup for the Pouākai stylistically? If there's one team of the three, Queens, Hoiho, Whai, that they'll go, okay, what's a cut and paste job here, Jaeger on young Emeka Schroeder. But of those three teams, is there one team stylistically the Pouākai will go, yeah, would welcome that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I want to say Queens. Queens, I think that Pouākai can kind of stretch them out, challenge Davidson in that drops coverage, which I think suits them a little bit better so all of them can shoot. So if they want to drop at the level, that's going to be really helpful. And then they're able to probably run on them just a little bit more off of that.
Marina Whittle checks out. Potentially, it might be her night done. A great return from injury.
I flip it to you. Is there a team you think they don't want to see?
Well, I'm just trying to rack my brain. Off the top of my head, it's the Whai who have really given themselves the most...
A healthy Whai, I think.
Yeah. That's key.
And that is key. But
Elena Snyder-led Whai is a problem.
And I think that's because that pace and what they do of hitting the boards. I think if you were to kind of get the Pouākai on something, they're obviously dominating that tonight, but if you can kind of get them on the rebounding and quick actions, that might be a chink in the armor to really attack them, which I think the Whai do really well.
And then the Hoiho, that's been a really mixed bag.
Oh, lovely. The youngsters running the break.
I mean, we can potentially park the round one game. 121-83 it was, Pouākai Hoiho back on the 26th of September. That was ancient history. The other matchups, Hoiho Pouākai, 102-66. That was on the 31st of October. And of course, last week, 99-94, perhaps more reflective of where the two teams are entering the playoffs. But yeah, I think I'm with you in terms of not wanting the fight. Perhaps wanting the Queens. I mean, they're going to have to beat two very good teams.
And so that must mean that the Hoiho will sit just middle of the pack there. Could go either way with those two.
Oh, I think the Hoiho, they've got the momentum at the moment.
Yeah.
And
I agree, especially the way they're shooting the ball. Lil Dart has just been putting on an absolute clinic.
Yep, fascinating game in Prospect tomorrow. 3 o'clock tip-off. Tauihi, 2 p.m. in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Whai Hoiho from Tauranga. And then tomorrow to conclude our regular season, Kāhu Queens. And we will have all that information via the socials as to who plays who next week in the semi-finals and where. Of course, both of those games will be live here on Sky.
Whitaker getting ever so close to that double-double, which is now up to those, I want to say maybe 8 rebounds now. Oh. Whittle coming back in for a little bit more action.
Tini into the game as well here for the Kāhu. Schroeder.
Yeah, that half-court offense is getting tough for those Kāhu to find kind of shots in stride or with momentum on them.
And a timeout called here by Coach Stojkovic with 4:45 to play. There you go, a bit of love for Abigail Curtin and our Good House MVP poll. Some fans
They've spoken.
Abby Curtin, yeah, why not? That's what it's all about. It's for you at home, the Mix and Pick Good House MVP poll.
I think in this last 5 minutes, now we'll see that balance, or maybe the crowd will even be wondering if some of the youngsters will get in. No, Coach Stojkovic is obviously playing for that point differential, but it's also always good to kind of reward the end of your bench, so figuring out at what moment do you do that.
You know, free things are being flung into the stands when the decibels raise here at Cowles.
They always seem to miss us here.
One day, maybe next year. Speaking of next year, the Cowles NBL schedule dropping earlier today. Canterbury Rams, Sunday afternoon basketball. And the old TBC listed in the home venue, still to be confirmed whether it might have some games here, perhaps. The home, spiritual home, or of course we've got a fantastic new facility for those unfamiliar with Christchurch. Long-awaited Parakiore in the centre of town. Olympic-sized swimming pool, stadium courts. Yeah, fantastic
water
facility.
slides.
Water slide, hydro slides. Sorry,
Hydro slides, yes.
How could I forget?
Yeah, but I believe there'll be some really cool things coming up with that. Even the under-16 nationals will be there this year for basketball. So Canterbury hosting a big tournament there. Be great for the locals to see and see if both Canterbury teams can back up their national titles.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic asset for the city, that facility.
Yeah, assistant coach Dilshan actually on the bench of the Pouākai is the head coach of that under-16 girls team that won it. I'm sure he'll be keen to back it up in front of a home crowd.
Speaking of hoops, Trans-Tasman hoops tonight. But it's All Blacks Boomers, the start of the World Cup journey for our men.
This game's actually got to line up just nicely, isn't it? Finish here, tune in, see Judd Flavel and the crew, see what they're up to tonight against those Aussies.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm a former co-commentator. Great to see him going off to do bigger and better things.
Yeah, and I think they have a really exciting squad they've put together. Speaking of other locals, Coach Quinn Clinton will be making his debut at the All Blacks there, and they have a really strong squad, though. I think some big names that came back from overseas, playing in the NBL as well. So all the best of luck to the boys tonight.
Yeah, and Hobart tonight, and in the capital, Wellington Monday. And a full fixture Tauihi action, 3 games. And the 2 All Blacks games tonight, Monday night. Plenty of basketball action to enjoy.
There'll be 9 rebounds for Whitaker for those on the double-double watch.
Oh, almost there. As Dale, though, mops up.
Timed that jump a little early, but Dale said, I'll take it. Someone else who averages, I believe, 7.5 rebounds a game, so where's she sitting at tonight? Spot on her average. 7, that would be her 8th, and here comes Ainley, speaking of rebounding.
Rebounding, indeed.
And coming in for both of those two, so the double-double may fall short for Whitaker, but wouldn't surprise me if Ainley gets a quick 10 to 20 rebounds based on the rate she was going in rapid.
Or maybe for the night. Yeah, for those who didn't catch our rapid league coverage, Amelia Ainley, who's just on in singlet 17, 14 rebounds in just over 15 minutes of court time. 7 at the offensive end, 7 at the defensive end. She's 15 years of age. There she is with the ball at the moment.
Yeah, how often is it someone has more rebounds than their age in the Tauihi League, Rapid League combined?
We're close. Yeah,
maybe some history.
that is about as niche as it gets, but I'm going to say categorically that has never happened. Nice pass there from Morris into Tini. Marina Whittle, a bit of a canter there, too strong.
I think that kind of like small play, blow it great, but that just little kind of a nod that Whittle gives to Mike Sell, instead of the usual dribble handoff, just set that screen on the inside, just a little chemistry thing, gets her downhill, throws the defense off right there. So just one of those things that even though the score may be a little disproportional, it's one of those things you're kind of watching and it's like, all right, this could kind of be one of those things that helps lead you in success in the postseason.
And Marina Whittle just quietly flirting with her second 30-point game of the season. This is way back in round 1. When the Pouākai
dropped. A little bit of revenge there.
121, yeah. Some nice touches in the second half from Alabatas. Hall from the elbow. And yet again, crash in the glass. Marina Whittle creates it with the effort play. Yeah. Say again. And a steal for good measure here for Whittle.
2-on-1. Oh.
Great work, Badish.
Yeah. Badish having a great little second half here.
Yeah, she picked right.
Might not necessarily get the win, but, you know, something you can put on the old highlight tape for looking towards next season.
A long 3-ball attempt there. Oh, Whittle, crossover. Didn't see it coming, Tini.
Yeah, great perimeter footwork there by Whittle. She really is a complete scorer, all 3 levels.
All-Star 5, a lock for you? I know we've seen a lot of the Pouākai compared to other teams.
Oh, Whittle would have to be on there.
Yeah.
Oh, unlucky there.
So last minute of this one is Ainley almost. She'll shoot too though, Amelia Ainley. Potentially bring up triple figures here for the Pouākai. We've had this one sewn up for some time. Almost the loudest cheer of the second half there for young Amelia Ainley. A lot of fans here, mum and dad in the stands. Makes them both, brings up the ton.
Pouākai still pressing, knowing that point differential matters. And you can see that they're saying, go, go, go.
Rogers along the baseline. Tauihi gets a piece of it, but Amelia Ainley jogging on the spot.
There to clean it up. And Ainley maybe just kind of making him think twice about those layups there with that presence around the rim. And here we go, see if they get one more.
Shot clock's off. Mike Shell, the flamethrower, all the way to the right. That'll do it. Comprehensive at Cowles. It's the Pouākai who win by 40, 102-62. And whatever which way it goes tomorrow in Tauranga, they enter the semi-finals next week with confidence. 28 for Marina Whittle on return from injury. 17 for Mike Shell and Jaeger. Hall with 13. Fantastic defensively as well. And 11 for Dale and Whittaker, who just fell short of back-to-back double-doubles. Hayley Rynell, 21. Losing effort for the Kāhu. And Kāhu still with one game to go to round out season 2025. They'll be back at home on Sunday to host the Tokomanua Queens. And as mentioned, all eyes now to Tauranga. And we wait to see. Very interesting game indeed between two teams already booked in the semi-finals, the Whai and the Hoiho. Well, the seedings still to be determined. We could very well have a tiebreaker, a three-way tiebreaker, if the Whai were to beat the Hoiho. It is a very big if. We shall wait and see. It's a very happy, connected team. And Candy Cane, red and white strip. We'll get some reaction very soon. There is our man Adam Morgan. In fact, it looks like he's got a couple of interviews in store for us from the Pouākai team. Potentially at the same time. Why not? Let's send it down to Adam.
I'm here with Pouākai. I got Marina Whittle and Taylor Mike. So, girls, great win. Start with you. Been on a bit of a heater lately, shooting-wise. What's kind of been able to change where it's really consistent now, especially some tough shots off the move? What are you attributing that to?
Shoot or shoot. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to go in eventually. It's the law of averages, so just shoot the ball, and eventually it'll go in. Teammates did a great job finding me, so got hot and stay hot.
And her thighs. I don't know if you know this, but she can break a watermelon with her legs. So it makes a great shooter if you're strong, you know?
All right, well, I was going to throw it to her, but I'll throw it back to you. How great is it having Whittle back there on the floor with you guys?
Oh, man, it's huge. It's just fun playing basketball with her, man. She finds the right look, the right read 99.9% of the time, so it's fun to be out there with her, man.
All right, Marina, playoff time now. How ready are we? What are we thinking? What are kind of the next steps as we get ready for this? Because it's do or die now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like tonight was a great way to finish off the regular season. Just like so much fun, getting everyone involved. And going into finals is just going to be all about defense and just playing the way that we've been succeeding. Like moving the basketball, feeding into our shooters, finding our posts, just like playing team basketball. I've said it time and time again. It works.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, ladies. Best of luck for the playoffs.
What a character Marina Widow is.
Back to you.
Watermelon, eh? There we go. Let's take a look at some of those individual stats, courtesy of our friends at the Chemist Warehouse. And Marina Widow with 28 points, 9 of 19 shooting, 4 of 10 from downtown. And yeah, Taylor Mikesell, 5 of 12 from beyond the arc. And the Pouākai, that's 5 of their last 6. One blemish coming last week against the Hoiho. And they, as you heard there from Marina Whittle, now head to the playoffs, wherever that may be, Adam, with a great deal of confidence and feeling like they have a game that could very well take them to the promised land in season 4. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. Mainland Pouākai have not won it yet. I'm sure after a good win like that, heading into the playoffs, kind of starting to get their team back together. You probably saw in that interview, very confident and feeling good about it. So great sign for any Mainland fans out there wondering about where their star players' kind of heads are at moving into do or die time with the playoffs.
You mentioned Bree Hall quite a bit in terms of defensive activity. 6 steals she's ended up being registered with. Then there was the tips, deflections, just the nuisance she made of herself. And as you said, she was picking up usually the premier offensive option for the Kāhu, which really just adds another string to the bow for the Pouākai as they enter the postseason.
Yeah, she's unreal. I think any of the points that come on top of that are just a bonus for her. It's just being able to really sit in, lock in onto the best player, and then it gets her team out in transition and running.
So that is our upcoming fixtures. That key one in particular tomorrow, Whai Hoiho. Coverage begins at 2 with Rapid League. 3 p.m. tip-off in Tauihi. If the Whai beat the Hoiho, then things get very interesting indeed. Hoiho win, and by my calculations, they stay in the top 2 conversation and will host one of those semi-finals next week, which, as you can see there, Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, perfect for the families to come along, or if not, join us back here on Sky. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage from Christchurch tonight. Great to see the kids all out on the court now getting signatures and selfies. And the Pouākai, comprehensive victory over the Kāhu to the tune of 102 to 62.